Alright, so for those of you who don't know, I've been the biggest fan of Kim Jones for a really long time. One of the most revolutionary designers in his own respect. I feel that he's just a cut above the rest. He's really just unique and creative, and all around just a creative visionary and a genius. So I followed him ever since he was with Louis Vuitton, and then he moved to Dior end 2018, start 2019, had his first collection, and the first collection with Dior was the COS collaboration. Insane work, it was such a just interesting moment for fashion. It was a turning point in its own right, and ever since then he's been coming out with so many collaborations and just working with so many artists, Hajime Soriyama, Pettibon. He's been working with so many people that he's just brought Dior to a next level. For his latest collaboration, he worked with Sean Stüssy on the Fall 2020 collection, and honestly the whole collection in and of itself, when I first saw it, I thought that it was a little loud, a little bit off tangent, and not exactly in line with the Dior image, but after looking at it for a while and seeing the items in real life, it's pretty fire. So I kind of bought a sneaker, and that's what we're gonna unbox today. Okay, so what we have here is the Dior B23 slip-on sneakers. So I actually have the normal laced up ones, the low top laced up ones, the one that people call the Dior Chucks, the Chuck Taylors from Dior. It's essentially the same thing. It's a little broader if you're talking about sizing. I think you'll be able to just go half a size down, maybe one size down, because it is much broader in terms of your feet. If you have fat feet like I do, then definitely you might want to stay away from the slip-on version, but go with the laced up versions. And the low top one is actually really good. They have a whole bunch of models. So originally when the first oblique came out, the just normal monogram, the cream colored one, I actually got it, and that was super fire. Loved the shoe. And that was for his first ever collection with Dior. So that was in summer 2019, and then now he's just released a new iteration of the sneaker, which is a slip-on variation. Alright, so this is the sneaker. We're gonna unbox it right here. Oh, this thing's kind of hard to get out. Okay. This is fire. I actually tried it on in store already, but I didn't exactly try it on this particular piece. So I tried on like one that was on display. And yeah, this is really fire. So here's his Dior and Sean. So it's a collaboration with the man himself. In that sense, I think it's really cool, because when Dior, works with other people, they actually work more on an individual basis. So they work with individual artists, individual collaborators. I think it just gives the artists that they're collaborating with a lot more creative freedom, in the sense that they're not tied to a brand. They don't have to say, I want to throw my brand logo onto it, onto this product, and just represent two, super huge brands coming together. I think it allows them to be a little bit more creative and add a bit more of a personal touch to all their products, which you can definitely see in this collection. Next up is the Dior bag. So one thing I realized, or more like I learned from the people at Dior, is basically for a lot of the B23, for a lot of the new Dior sneakers in general, especially those that have this plastic rubbery kind of like see-through material, you actually don't want to expose it to light too much. So sunlight, bright light, any kind of light that you'll have in your living room or something, that's kind of gonna make it a little yellow. And in a way, it's not really oxidation, but it's gonna make it just turn color, and it does something to the plastic, I'm not too sure. So basically, if you want to keep the plastic, the clear part of the rubber, really nice and white and like clear, you pretty much want to keep it in these bags after you finish wearing them. Now, if you don't really think that it's very hygienic to just place sneakers that you've just worn out into bags like these, because they're dark and there's mold and there's moisture and everything, the first thing you can do is actually dry the sneakers a little. So all your standard stuff that you do to leather shoes, that you can put like rice, I don't know, you could try that. And then what you could really do is, in order to make it stink a little less, you can take a green tea leaf, like green tea bags, and put them into these bags together with the sneaker. So if you put enough of those, they actually kind of get rid of the smell, and it's just a much better experience when you open them up to wear your sneakers again. Moving on, we have this. Absolutely fire. Whew. Okay. these are the black ones. So of course I've tried them on, I know how they look in real life. So you might have seen a vlog that I released just a while back of me actually going to the store and purchasing these, and I said that I would be doing a review, kind of like an unboxing. So that's what this video is, you know, essentially. Very fire sneaker. I think it's just super wearable as well, and just black and white, you can really, you know, just can't go wrong with a sneaker like that. Extra classic, and this is what I mean. This is the rubber part, as you can see. So this is what you don't want to expose to light too much, because it actually changes color and it gets really old and dirty like pretty fast. My obliques only lasted, say, about 3 months, and then because I didn't know how to take care of them at the time, they just changed color and it looked pretty whack. Right, so we're gonna grab the other sneaker out, and then we're gonna go over just some key details of this, and more in terms of like the fitting and sizing. I feel that's actually really important with Dior sneakers and stuff. Like, everyone knows, you know, how the Nike fits, everyone knows how Adidas fits, but most people don't really know how like designer sneakers fit, because they are really different, and they usually go by like Euro sizing. And even with the Euro sizing, they vary a lot from model to model. Some of them are a little more, you know, wide, some of them are more narrow. So because of that, we're just gonna go over how they fit and some things that you might want to take note of if you plan on purchasing these sneakers. So these are the Dior B23 slip-on sneakers, and they are the slip-on variation that don't come with laces. They are purely like a slipper concept. So if you've had like Vans slip-ons, they're essentially the same thing, but the entire sole is more of a B23 sole. In fact, it is a B23 sole, so it's, you know, really nice. It's a lot of like cut out parts that are kind of just coming out almost like perforations, you know. It just looks really cool, and honestly I think it just adds to the whole rugged character of the shoe. So everything is pretty much the same as the normal sneakers, which you know. So they have this Dior logo, they have all these pieces, the ridge, everything is all the same. The sole is identical to any of the B23 sneakers. So the high top version, you know, the low top obliques, all of them, it's essentially the same. What is different, however, is the top. So the top is made of this more canvas material. It's literally cloth. I'm not sure what cloth it is, but it will kind of get a little bit more dirty than the normal like rubber or plastic that the other Dior obliques come in. And the others use, depending on what model you buy, a lot of them utilize this kind of like a nylon material. It's a little scratchy, it's a little shiny. They call it like a technical fabric. This doesn't. So this is actually just a regular canvas. If you want to wash it, just do whatever you normally do. So you're gonna be able to use some wet wipes. That's what they recommend. You can also just wash it really lightly. I don't know how much I would advise it, but if you really have to, you probably could, because it is just cloth. Pretty much that's the only important thing that you do need to note. The fabric is a little different. I'm not sure what variations of this and they might come up with in future. They might come up with something that utilizes the technical fabric. But another thing that you might just want to take note of is the fact that it's actually really thin. So I know a lot of people like to have a really puffy shoe, you know, kind of just comforting their foot, around their ankles. But for this one, it's actually pretty thin. So if you check it out right here, this portion, you know, around your ankles is gonna be really thin. I don't exactly think it will cut. It shouldn't, also because it's very soft, and they use, I'm not sure what this material is at the side here, but it's definitely really soft. And the other B23 obliques, the laced up ones, they didn't cut my feet at all. But with this, you know, it's a little thin, so you might be, I think you should just take note of it. You know, I'm not sure if that would be a breaking factor for you in deciding whether this shoe is for you or not. I just really like the B23 design in general. So when I saw a slip-on variation come out, I was like 100% I'm gonna cop it, because it's just a very wearable, very it's like a very everyday kind of shoe, and you know, it doesn't feel too out of place to wear it just everywhere. So that is pretty much it for the B23 slip-ons from Dior fall winter 2020. It's actually fall 2020. They just label it as fall winter, but this is fall 2020 collaboration with Stüssy. Hope this video was informational, hope this video was helpful. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Definitely, you know, like this video. I need those likes because it actually does well for the algorithm. Thank you so much. Leave a comment if you just want to talk, want to interact, have any questions about these, and of course don't forget to subscribe, because I do unboxings and reviews of, like, you know, products like that quite a while now. I just figured that maybe since, you know, I buy quite a bit of these like sneakers, maybe like streetwear, like just fashion stuff in general, bags, maybe I might do more like reviews and unboxings. They're easy content to make and they help people, especially when it comes to like sizing issues and stuff. Ever since I released, you know, a few videos back on unboxing some hoodies and things like that, people did actually message me, you know, we start talking. It's just good for the community. It's just good to help people out, and honestly I think it's just fun to unbox things and bring that excitement to the table. So that is it. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.